Okay, let's do another example with exponent rules. So we have a problem, and we have exponent rules. Look at that. Okay, so we have 2x all to the negative third power multiplied by 5x to the negative 2 power all to the negative fourth power. Now, again, as before, everything is multiplied or taken to powers, which is multiplication. So my first step is I'm going to make these with no negative exponents. Now, as I've said before, there are multiple correct ways of doing these things. This is just one. So if your way of doing this is slightly different, as long as you're using all the properties, it's cool. And you got to get the correct answer at the end, of course. So here, if I have this, it's negative exponent, it's the same thing here, but just in the denominator. Here again, it's just this same thing inside the parentheses as a denominator with the power. So that was my first step. I just took these same things and I changed those to positive exponents by making these reciprocals. Alright, so my next thing, I distributed these out. So that was rule 3 here. Not rule, yeah, see? Actually, it's more because there's 2 different ones. It is rule 4. But, see how I did? 2 to the 3, x to the 3. Okay, did the same here. 5 to the 4, x to the negative 2, and I used the power rule there. Right? So if it's a number to a power to another power, I multiply those powers. So there we have the powers multiplied. So next, I just did that math up. 2 to the third is 8. And I left this the same with the x to the 3. I didn't work this out yet. But I did the negative 2 times 4, which is negative 8. Left that. And then as you see over here, I could have just used the calculator, but why do that? We do math because it's fun. So, I wanted 5 to the 4th, so I did 5 times 5 is 25, 5 times 5 is 25, and then 25 times 25 is, guess what? 625. So here, the only thing I did was I flipped this to the reciprocal, because it's a negative 8, so it goes back in the numerator. And then I put down what 5 to the 4 equals, was 625. Next, I just said 8 times 625, because all this is multiplication. So 8 times 625, okay, I did cheat and use a calculator. Which is 5,000, x to the 3. And I think, am I done? No, these are still the same bases. So I'm going to do my rules. What happens if I have the same base? Right, and I'm dividing. Right, oops, sorry. And I'm dividing. I subtract those, so that's what I'm going to do here. I have x to the 8 minus 3, which gives me 8 to the 5th over this 5,000. I have 2 terms left. I have x to the 5th and I have 5,000. There's nothing left for me to simplify, so this is complete.